Hi, I'm Dr. Emily Miedel. I'm a veterinarian, and today I'm going to be interviewed by my niece, Gracie Miedel. Hi, Gracie.
Where do you work?
So I work at the University of Pennsylvania, but a lot of veterinarians work in a lot of smaller hospitals all over the country.
Is it hard to be a vet?
So becoming a vet takes a lot of hard work, so you have to do really well in school. So you have to go to college for 4 years after high school, and then you do 4 years of veterinary school after that. So if you want to be a vet, you have to work really hard. Being a vet itself is a lot of fun, and I get to treat a lot of different animals every day.
Do the vets treat all animals or just
Certain ones?
certain ones?
So it all depends. So a lot of veterinarians treat all types of animals, but again, some veterinarians too will just treat horses or cows or birds. So it all depends on what you end up doing.
Why do they give dogs or any animal a checkup?
So checkups are important for your pet because we want to make sure that they're healthy and that they stay healthy and that we find any diseases quickly before they become a problem. So that's why it's important to do your yearly checkup with your veterinarian.
Does a vet use any special tools to check the animals?
Yes, we use lots of special tools. So I have a stethoscope here, so we listen to the heart and the lungs with a stethoscope. We can also use this tool to look at our reflexes on our dogs and cats and make sure that their reflexes are normal. And we also have a little light that we can shine in the eyes and make sure that everything looks good in the eyes and look into the brain.
Are there any tools that are the same that my doctor uses on me?
Yes, so all of these tools that I just showed you are the same ones that your doctor uses on you when you go for a checkup. The animal tools that we use are the same as people tools, usually just smaller versions.
What do you do when a dog or any animal is sick?
So when a dog or a cat or pet is sick, we do an exam and we try to figure out why they're sick. We try to localize it to one problem if we can, and then we run tests to figure out where the problem is, and then based on the results of those tests, we then treat with medications or surgery or whatever we can do to make the animal feel better.
Do you give pets shots?
Yes, so we give pets vaccines or shots during their yearly checkups, and that's to make them not sick with diseases. So kind of like when you get shots at your doctor, we're trying to prevent any diseases from happening.
How do you get animals to hold still?
So that's a good question. We get them to hold still because they're scared when they come to the veterinarian a lot. So I have good nurses a lot of times, so I have a lot of help to hold the animal and comfort them so that they're okay for their exam. So good nurses.
How do you make pets feel better?
So that's a good question, and it kind of goes back to how we treat them when they're sick. Once we figure out what's wrong with them, once we give the medications to make them feel better, a lot of times when they leave the hospital, they're feeling a lot better.
Is it hard to surgery on animals?
So the first couple times a vet does surgery on animals, it's hard, but like with everything else, if you practice a lot and you do lots of hard work, the surgeries become easier over time.
How do you take the fleas off an animal without getting bit?
Good question. So there are flea combs you can use, but nowadays we have pills and other medications that go on the neck of the animals, and when you put that medication on, the fleas actually die within a couple hours. So within a few hours, all the fleas will be dead, and then you don't have to worry about getting bit.
Do you take care of pigs?
So I do take care of pigs. They're a lot of fun. They're a lot like dogs. They have a lot of personality. Most veterinarians don't take care of pigs, but I do.
How do you take care of rabbits?
So rabbits can be a really nice household pet. You should get them spayed or neutered. They like to eat lots of green, dark, leafy vegetables and hay. They should have hay as a lot of their diet. You shouldn't feed them too many carrots because carrots can make them sick.
How do you give the animals casts?
So if an animal breaks its leg, a lot of times what we can do nowadays is fix the bone from the inside, so they don't need casts. But if it's a young animal and we do feel that they can get a cast and that will work for their fracture, we have them sleeping through the procedure. So we put them to sleep, we wrap them in a cast, and then it hardens, and then they wake up, and then they can't really get it off. So that's how we do it for them. We give them something to make them sleep for the cast.
How do you feed animals when they stay for a long time?
So a lot of times our pets are homesick in the hospital and they don't like to eat. So what we try to do is offer them lots of different tasty foods when they're in the hospital to try to make them eat. And if they really are sick and they just can't eat that well, we can sometimes help them with putting in a feeding tube to make them eat while they're in the hospital.
Why do different animals need different food?
So all animals are different. So some animals have lots of different stomachs, 4 stomachs. Some have 1 stomach. And really it's just how they developed over time and how they process different foods.
How often do animals need a bath?
So animals need a bath as often as they get dirty. So if they get dirty, feel free to give them a bath. There's really no rule on it. Some people give them a bath every other week. Some people do it once a month. It really doesn't matter that much. You probably just shouldn't be doing it every day.
Do they need their hair brushed every day?
Well, it depends on what type of pet you have. So some dog breeds with very short hair don't need to be brushed every day. Some, like golden retrievers or poodles, do need their hair brushed every day. It depends on what type of pet you have.
Can I use my hairbrush on them?
Well, hairbrushes are pretty much hairbrushes. So you technically could use your hairbrush on your dog or cat, but you know, dogs and cats can roll in the yard and stuff and get dirty. So I wouldn't recommend that you use your personal hairbrush on your dog or cat.
Why do different animals need more exercise than others?
So some animals just developed differently. So cats like to exercise in short bursts of energy and then sleep for a large part of the day. But some dogs like to exercise long periods of time, whereas some other dogs don't like to exercise at all. So it really, again, depends on how they developed in nature, and it's going to be different based on what pet you have. That's it. Great. Thank you.